Hello guys, today we are going to test the BYD Auto 2 and today will be a convoy drive. So a little bit info about this BYD Auto 2. It runs on a 51.13 kilowatt hour of blade battery and has 170 plus horsepower and 290 Newton meters of torque, and it's driven by front wheel. And we will see how this car performs on the road. And right now we are going to head off of the road. So I'm now in car number 7, and here's the interior of the BYD Auto 2. And what's interesting is the price tag of this is 100,000 ringgit Malaysia. Let's find out whether for such a affordable pricing, how is it like to drive? Is it drive like any other BYD car, or there are some short change which will be find out in today's driving video.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I will be exiting now.
Okay, now let's wait for the instructor to give any further information. So the gear stock is on the right, so just push it down, and you need to fasten the seat belt so that the electronic parking brake will be disengaged for you. And when you flick on the signal, there's a 360 cam and it is very high resolution. Now, first impression, the steering wheel is pretty lightweight like any other BYD vehicle. And there's an auto lock function as well. And right now, we are in normal mode. And the headlights is in automatic. For information, for the BYD Auto 2, the headlight switches is now integrated at the screen, so you do not have the switch to turn on your headlights. Here is just your wiper and your signal stock. Now the car visibility is pretty well judged. It does not have many blind spots, which is a good thing. So right now we are in vehicle. Now let's go into driving controls. Brake assist I put into comfort, steering assist I put into comfort. And now let's step a little bit. It has instant torque, so there's no question about it for an EV. Now WLTP claim range for this BYD Auto 2, you can expect it around 300 plus below 400 km, because the claim range that BYD advertised is actually NEDC. The most accurate one would be the WLTP claim range, so this you need to take note. But this car usually will drive in town. It is more than enough for 300 plus of range. Now when you step on the brake fully, you also activate the auto hold function. Go. This car runs on 17 inches wheel, so the tire walls is actually more thicker, which translates to better ride comfort. For suspension, front is McPherson, rear is actually torsion beam. It is a pretty standard suspension setup for B segment SUV, because if you are looking in the market for this price range, for ICE vehicle, you get the Proton X50, the Cherry, Tigo Cross. Those are also using rear torsion beam setup, so I think you do not feel short change in this because the market itself is using the same suspension. And now there's a car cutting in. Now I step a little bit more. Now there's a bit of tire squeeze because the tire they are using is not pretty grippy, plus it's a front wheel drive vehicle. Now we are still waiting for car number 8 to follow because this is a convoy drive. Now let's drive chill. Now steering assist, when you put into sport, is noticeable tighter. It's more direct. So there's a motor in front of me. So let's let it pass because we are a responsible driver. Okay, right now let's put into sport sport mode and see how this car handles the power under sport mode. Now let's look at the blind spots. When you step a little bit more, the power is very immediate. There's no question about it, and it is very responsive. Now this car also comes with active safety feature, which includes the adaptive cruise control, lane centering, so and so forth. When you put into ADAS, you can see there's an intelligent cruise control, safety assist, you can get lane departure assist, alert mode, you can choose different. But this car loses out on the blind spot monitoring system, which this you need to take note, because on the side mirrors you do not see any indicators light. For the steering weight, I think it is perfect for daily usage. It's not too lightweight and it's not too stiff under sport modes. I mean, it still gives you adequate amount of feedback, but of course you do feel a bit of free play, because if you put your steering too responsive under normal driving, it's not very comfortable. Now, next thing I want to highlight is the seats. The seat leather they use, it is very soft, very plush, and I think the seating ergonomics in the BYD Auto 2 is really spot on, because I can rest both of my hands on the armrest while holding the steering, because this steering has two holes for me to hold my hands. So if you want to occasionally drive a bit more long journey when you're driving on highway, which you do not need a lot of steering correction, this position is very comfortable to drive. And the steering wheel doesn't block the digital meter, which some car makers actually make these minor mistakes. And on the right side of the steering wheel is to control the multimedia info. And when you press this, this is to cycle between your information on this digital meter. So you get a lot of things for you to adjust, including your climate, your vehicle information, your laps timer, which I think is not necessary in this car, and to off it and back to home. Right, let's go. So it's a very simple digital meter, I would say, because most of the thing you need to adjust using the touchscreen infotainment right here, which you can rotate. So this is very convenient if you are using your in-car map. Now let's try out the handling. Very responsive, 177 horsepower, 290 Newton meters of torque. Definitely enough for your daily usage, especially if you are staying in KL downtown like this, which you have a lot of traffic jam. And it's very easy to judge the size of this car, because it's not entirely wide like the BYD Sea Lion 7 or the BYD Auto 3. It is noticeable smaller in size, which makes it suitable for ladies who don't like to drive a very big and bulky vehicle. And parking, it is very easy. Plus you have the aid of the 360 cam. And the aircon in this Atto 2 is really powerful, I would say. I think this is a bonus for the Atto 2. And the brakes itself, because just now I'm in comfort brake assist mode, so the brakes are not too choppy. Now let's try out in sport mode, sport brake assist. Comfort parking, ESC off, electronic parking brake, auto hold. You can disable it if you don't like the auto hold. Now let's try brake. So it's noticeable more responsive, but I will put it in comfort because it is more comfortable to drive in stop and go traffic. No drama like any other EV. When you step on the pedal, it just goes. like in lightning and quick.
Now, accelerate for 2 seconds. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3.
And slow down over here. We are turning left, count of 6. Why? Sincerity count of 6.
Now we are back to Heritage Valley. So we're entering rather tight road. So we can see how this car performs under this, because this is something that you would experience if you are going to some kampong or even tight spot around KL. If you are unsure about the surroundings, you can always press this button. It will activate the 360 cam for you. And you can switch multi-angle modes. Very high resolution and get a transparent view as well. I don't think this is 360, this is 540 degree camera. This marks my driving review for this newly launched BYD Auto 2. If you are interested into buying this Auto 2, you can contact me. And what do you guys think about this BYD Auto 2? You can comment down below and let me know. And be sure to subscribe my channel, like and share my videos if you like my driving reviews of this BYD Auto 2. Once again, signing off from this car. Cheers!